showcase uh, different aspects of mindset today. So I'm going to start sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
You can chat, you can put it in the chat. If you can see, please write yes on the chat box, please.
Yes.
You can just type in if you can see the presentation. Can
Okay.
you please type?
Thank you.
Yeah, they can
Thank
see.
you, everyone. So, very good evening to all the leaders. Namaste, namaskar, and welcome on this particular online platform to all the leaders, to all the participants, and all the viewers over here. First of all, I would like to say thank you that in this evening time, well, to be honestly saying, many people would like to spend evening either while roaming around, watching TV, spending time, maybe eating junk food, maybe some alcohol, some junk food, some chatting. Yes, it is definitely a part of life. It is required, but you all are here and you are spending your evening learning something. So, hats off to everyone and a great salute to everyone because learning is such a thing that I always say that each human being is a student in this life. So, irrespective of any age, whether we are 60, 70, 80 years, even 90 or 100 years, each human being is the student of life till the last breath because there are number of things to learn from different areas, from different aspects, because after all this is our life. So I would request, I want to request all the participants to mute their audio so that whatever I'm sharing right now can be audible to everyone. Okay, so let me move forward with the welcome note. I would definitely would like to thank you, special thanks to Mrs. Gomes, now the Signia Healthcare. So thank you so much for inviting me over here. This is a formal thank you. The first thank you was a personal thank you. So thank you for inviting me over here and uh, giving me an opportunity to talk on one of my favorite subject. Well, this mind is very mysterious, and I hope that all of you, all the participants, all the leaders over here will agree to it that mind is so mysterious. Why? Because we have lots of emotions. We have lots of emotions, lots of feelings, and this mind actually starts controlling our life. But my friends, what I want to share with you everyone today, that we need to understand that we also have the power of controlling the mind. But yes, awareness is the key to the next step. So until and unless we are aware of things that how we have to do, why we have to do, I think we will not be able to move forward in our life. So it is very important that we all should understand the beautiful gift each human being has, and that gift is the mind itself. That gift, we need to understand how to unwrap that gift, how to explore that gift, and how to utilize the essential key attributes which this gift is offering to us. So, well, I was in this platform since starting, and I was hearing that few participants were asking about the NLP, that whether I will be discussing NLP today or not, or whether NLP is a part of this area or not. So, let me move forward in my today's topic. My today's topic is mindset in crisis. So, my friends, as Mrs. Gomes has given a beautiful description of my professional career, well, I would like to share what exactly NLP is and few components of NLP I will be using in this presentation today to make you understand what exactly is NLP and how it helps. So, all the participants, all the viewers, and all the leaders, if you have any query, if you have any questions, please keep on writing in the chat message box maybe you can hold on till the presentation continues. And by the end of the presentation, if you have any query, you can type in the chat message box. I will answer each and every query of yours. I'm not going to go anywhere because today uh, I am bound over here with love, with affection, and also with some connection in terms of this topic is connecting me with you today. So I'm going to be with here with all of you and I'm going to answer all your queries. But you please understand first the basic of this topic today. So maybe once we will understand the basic and whatever questions you are left with, then in the end we can have those questions. Okay, so first I would like to connect the NLP. Now NLP, these are three different alphabets having a specific meaning for it. N stands for neuro in a medical terminology. N stands for neuro and which is called the brain. L stands for linguistic, which is the language. You can say it is understood by our brain. And P is the programming. So I'll explain what is P, that is programming. Now, programming means as you have a software in the computer. So there is a software which runs for, in healthcare also there are different software. So in which you enter the patient details and all those things. So there is a coding which is there in that particular software. So the same kind of programming is done in a human, that is called through the neuro connections. So I would like to also add on that I have almost 25 years of working experience and almost more than 20 years I have worked in a healthcare. So I have served in this and I'm blessed that I got an opportunity to work in healthcare. And my friends, I did not work anywhere else apart from healthcare. After leaving healthcare industry, I started up with my own company and I started working on the human minds and carving the latent potential which is hidden inside each and every human being. So I conduct a lot of group workshops and also I conduct one-to-one mentoring session for all human beings, for all age groups, any kind of profession. So I also conduct sessions for students, for teachers, for parents, for employees in healthcare and non-healthcare, and also specific workshop for the sports persons as well. That is called athletes. So I have worked with national and international athletes also. I have also conducted workshop for Indian men cricket team coaches, and Rahul Dravid was one of the delegates in them, in the participants. So he was also there. What I want to say over here is that mind is very important segment of a human. Because of this mind, we take lot of we make lot of choices, we make lot of decisions, and based on those choices and decisions, my friends, our life journey either becomes beautiful or sometimes it becomes suffocating. And this mind also helps us not only in personal life making choices and decision, but in all aspects of life.
start video to cancel করে দে
I think somewhere there is a audio. You have to mute all the audio. I want to request all the participants. I think one of the audio which is on is from Miss Darshana. Can you please mute your audio because there are some background sounds are coming from there. All right. Thank you, everyone. So today, it's very crucial and very important to understand as this is a corona crisis going on all across. And yes, I also heard that we all are locked down, under lockdown, sometimes locked up, sometimes we are free, and again we are locked up. So everything is locked up in terms of physical movement, but not for healthcare professionals. Healthcare professionals are like soldiers who are consistently guarding, serving people's life. But yes, there is a physical lockdown for many people. But my friends, in this physical lockdown, there is lot of mental lockdown as well. Okay, I received one of the message in the chat message box that my voice is not clear. Am I audible clearly to all of you? You can write in the chat message box. Am I audible clearly to all of you? All right, thank you. So maybe one or two who are not able to listen to my voice clearly, maybe at their end you might have some signal problem over there, because many of the other participants are writing yes. Okay, thank you all of you. Thank you for your feedback. Okay, so well, I was saying that mostly it is a physical lockdown, but in this physical lockdown, my friends, there is a mental lockdown also for many people. Now, what is mental lockdown? What is mental lockdown? Can anybody type, give answers, share answers over here? What is mental lockdown? You can write your answers and I can see from the chat message box. What is mental lockdown? You can write your answer. Okay, block through process. Okay, thought process. Okay, restriction of thinking. Okay, and yes, good answer. And okay, emotionally disturbed, lack of freedom, confusion. Okay, unable to decide, unable to accept. Okay, mental blockage. Yes, mental blockage is what? Forgetting kindness. Yes. Okay, very right, very right. Uncertainty. I'm glad you are writing a lot of these answers, which are the reasons for this mental lockdown. So I'll explain in a very simple language. When there is a free flowing of thoughts, that means we are able to look up to a solution very quickly. But when there is a blockage, when there is a hurdle, we tend to miss out on the solutions. We basically look onto the problems more. We look on the pain which is created by that particular problem. We are focused on the pain, we are focused on the problem, but not towards the solution. That is called the mental lockdown. It is locked completely, so our thoughts are not getting chance to float freely in the environment. So that's what we are going to talk about, that in crisis situation, it is not only corona crisis, my friends. Crisis can be of anything. The intensity of each crisis varies based on the kind of crisis we are facing. And it also depends on person to person. Maybe the crisis situation for me, if it is of a higher frequency or higher intensity, that might not be same for you. Maybe the crisis for you is something else. So crisis keeps on changing in terms of based on perception of a human being. But what is more important and what is a crucial thing in that time? That crucial thing is what kind of a mindset we are having if in that time, in that crisis, in that situation, in that environment, in that kind of professional working, maybe in the personal life, if we are going for a leisure trip, even at that point of time, our mindset matters the most. Maybe if you are having a family time with your kids, with your spouses, with your siblings, at maybe with your friends, at that time also your mindset matters, my friend, because mindset is such a thing which either pushes you to involve in that activity or pulls you back from that activity. So this mindset either acts as a push or a pull. So, but which mindset pushes you to get involved in the activity and which mindset pulls you back from that activity, that we are going to understand, and how it is going to play an important role, that we are going to talk about today. So if you can see over here, it is a meter which shows a range from low to high. Now this low to high, my friends, it can be your fear in the life, it can be the trauma in the life, it can be the happiness in the life, it can be the frustration level in the life. So this meter always keeps on running in your mind like this. So sometimes the frustration is high, happiness is low. Sometimes your happiness is high. So it keeps on changing from person to person, from situation to situation. But most of the times, my fear, my friends, what exactly is high? Is the happiness high most of the time? Or is the frustration or a fear or the trauma or the pain that is high? What are the things which are high most of the time? You can write in the chat message box your answers. And I'm talking about the average. So what is high usually in life for majority of people? Is the happiness on the higher side more, or the anger, frustration or pain is more? Okay, one answer is both. Okay, I am looking forward for rest of the answers. All right, happiness. Okay, both. Happiness, happiness. Okay, so maybe right now you are talking about yourself. Now, if I talk about the people around you, the environment in which you live in, yes, one of the answers is also correct, depends on the perception and positivity. Yes, I agree. I agree, Miss Jessie. I agree to that. But my question is, maybe right now you're talking about you, but you get influenced by your environment as well, the environment of the people you are surrounded with. They can be the person, it can be the personal environment, it can be your professional environment. Now, if you talk about environment, what kind of a people you see in your environment more? The people who are having a happy kind of a mindset, or people who are having the anger or a frustration? What kind of an environment you are having most of the time? Okay, frustration, loneliness, frustrated. Yes, any other answers? Okay, fear, uncertainty, depends on situation. Yes, frustration. Yes, frustration. Okay, intolerance, mixed, majority frustration. All right, all right. Great, great. Yes, it is situational also. Yes, I understand. But yes, it doesn't matter. Maybe the situation is not same for you as for that person. So in that environment, that professional environment where you work, or maybe the personal environment where you stay, it does not, it is not necessary that the situation is same for everyone. So that's why in those situations, different individuals are having different kind of perception and they behave differently in that kind of situation. But what kind of a mindset is important to tackle the difficult situation in life? And that is called the adversity quotient of a human being. So you must have heard about creative quotient, that is CQ, intelligent quotient, that is IQ, and emotional quotient, that is EQ, and there is one more, adversity quotient, that is AQ. So AQ level is very important for all the human beings to handle difficult situations in life for a better lifestyle, for a healthy being. That is very important. So what kind of a mindset plays that role? Let's talk about that. All right, great. Now, today we are going to talk about three things primarily. The first thing is which mindset is relevant for adapting the change. The second, we are going to talk about how resilience plays a role in crisis. And the third important point we are going to talk about is what impact agility creates in handling difficult situation or people. So let's start with the first one, that what kind of a mindset is relevant for adapting the change. But before that, I want to ask all of you, what exactly is a mindset? So please define in the chat message box, whatever you know, what exactly is mindset? How do you define it? So I'm waiting for the answers. You have 20 seconds to write your answers, 20 to 30 seconds, take your time. And based on that, after that, you will receive a poll in which you have to mention that what kind of a mindset you have. So first you define that. What is mindset? Okay, it's a thought process, usual way of thinking, perception, goal-oriented thoughts. Thoughts come to mind, how a person perceives mostly. Okay, thought process, way of thinking. Okay, all right. So far, near to correct answer. The complete correct answer I will share with you in a while. But yes, it's near to correct. Thought process and how a person perceives things. Okay, very good, very good. Great. Okay, now you all must have received a poll in front of you in the screen, and you can mention that what kind of a mindset you have. Is it a growth mindset or a fixed mindset, or you don't know what kind of a mindset you have? You can select in the poll given to you and submit your answers. All right. Let me continue with my presentation, and in the meanwhile you can select the option that which kind of a mindset you have. All right. Now first let's understand what is a mindset. Now, mindset. Oh yes, a person's attitude and perception towards the environment. Mindset. Now if I break this word in two parts, mind and set. Now let's talk about set. Set of few parameters or set of few things, if they are clubbed together in the mind of a human being, that creates a specific mindset for that person. I'll explain how it is created. Now, mindset, it is made up of certain beliefs, values, thoughts, and emotions that person is carrying within himself or herself. And that is different for each person. Now, what are beliefs and values? Now, here in few segments, I'm connecting the NLP formula. NLP is what? It is neurochemical connection which is happening in our body, the language by which our brain is giving command to our body and our body is reacting to that. We are going to understand that. So there are certain beliefs and values when a child is born. First, that child is born with certain innate characteristics. That is called genetically, that child is born with certain innate characteristics. Post that, when that child grows up, the kind of environment he or she lives in, certain beliefs and values started forming up. Now those beliefs can be, I am not able to do it, I'm not worthy enough, my self-esteem is not that great, my confidence is not that good, I can't go up on the stage and talk. And maybe certain beliefs and values have grown up from that age to this age in terms of that I can do anything. I can do anything in this life. No matter what, I can handle everything. I am very confident in talking to any kind of person. I don't feel afraid of doing anything. I am open to make mistakes because by which I can learn things as well. It's okay if I make mistakes. So there are different beliefs and values that child is kind of learning as he or she is growing because of the perception he is making in that kind of environment. Now, when those beliefs and values start fixing up, from those things, certain thoughts are being generated from that particular mind based on the beliefs and values. And those thoughts, my friends, are creating some kind of a emotions inside that human being. And those emotions are creating some kind of a behavior which is ultimately resulting into action. So can you understand that from the belief and values, it is connected to the action of that person who is taking that action in that kind of a situation. Yes, it is also based on the experiences, environment, and education. So right answer Miss Shiny, yes, it is also right that based on the experiences. So experiences, I told you that when child is born and then that child grows in that environment. So a lot of experiences that child gets from the environment, and from those experiences, he creates that kind of a belief in his mindset. So please understand, if something is created and if it is not right, that can be rebuilt, reworked upon, and can be changed. But first, we need to understand what we need to change and why we need to change. What kind of a mindset is a hurdle to us, and what kind of a mindset is giving a platform to explore number of opportunities in this life. So moving ahead, let's understand with one more image over here. Now, if you see this image, it shows that the mindset, as I told you right now, that mindset creates certain kind of a behavior. And what is mindset? Mindset is a mix of belief, values, thoughts, and emotions, which is creating some kind of a behavior. So that mindset is creating some kind of a behavior, and with that behavior, the person is acting in any kind of situation, and that is called the result that person is getting. Now to elaborate it further, let me show you one more image. If you can see on the screen, that if you see that there is a water and few portion, if you see, that is submerged in the water, and that is called the mindset. And that mindset, basically what we have talked about, which is full of emotions and thoughts. Nobody can see the mindset of any other human being. Can you see the mindset? Can you see the mindset? No. You can only see the actions, what kind of action that person is doing, but you don't know what is going inside that person's mind. So that mindset is kind of submerged in the water. If you have seen the movie Titanic, you must have seen the ship got hit by that particular submerged ice, not from the tip of the ice which was above the sea level. So in the same way, what we see in other people are their action and their behavior, but my friends, they are based on those beliefs and values what that person is carrying since long back. So if we need to modify that action, if we need to modify that behavior of that person, if it that behavior is not good, that behavior is not correct, that habit is not good, and if you want to make change in that, we need to understand that person in whole, not just from outside. That's why we can bring a permanent change, because temporary changes can be done by trainings. See, training is you are polishing that person from above. That training is not changing the mindset of that person initially, but if that person continue to practice what is taught in the training, slowly the mindset starts to change. So changing mindset is a process. As if you eat something, my friends, if you eat something, digestion process takes time to convert that food into energy. It is not like that if you eat something and suddenly you have eaten right now a chicken or maybe biryani or maybe something healthy, any fruits or any vegetables, that will not give you quick energy, instant energy. That will take some time to process internally. In the same time, when you work on something, when you put some actions into something, it takes time to bring that result. So this mindset, if it is of negative thoughts, if it is of low feeling, low self-worth, low self-esteem, low confidence, that mindset needs to be changed, because the actions which are coming out of a low self-esteem person, those actions will not be of a leadership quality. Those actions will not be showing the confidence while communicating with your patients, with your attendants, or with anybody in life. If you talk about even personally, if you have a low self-esteem or a low self-worth, obviously it impacts your communication. So we can't change that communication skills of that person until and unless we uplift the self-esteem of that person. How many of you agree to this? That you can't change the communication of a person If you can't, if you have to work on that self-esteem, you have to uplift the self-esteem so that automatically it changes, it brings a change in the communication style. So first, most of the people in the training, what they do, they talk about this is the way to communicate. They talk about, okay, this is a style you should talk to your patient. This is a style you should talk to the attendant. This is the way you should deal irate customers. This is the way you should talk to your elders. My friends, most of the things are going above the head because internally that person's self-esteem, self-worth, confidence, everything is so down that that person can only superficially act on what you are communicating. But if you really want to help that person, it is very important to understand what that person is going from inside. So that is where the repair is required. That is where the mending process is required. And that is where actual permanent action, it will come from inside, not from outside. All right. So I hope you have understood this particular concept, because today we are going to talk that why mindset is important. We are going to talk everything why. So until and unless, my friends, if you don't understand why, I don't think so that you will be able to work on how, because mostly people talk on how to do things. They write too many things on how process. But then why we need to do things is more important. Why we need to brush our teeth? How you need to brush your teeth is definitely important, but before that, why you need to brush your teeth? That is more important than how you need to do that. Why you need to polish your shoes every day? Why you need to trim your nails when you come to the hospital? That why has to be cultivated in the mindset of that employee so that that employee does not make a mistake. If you talk only on how, that person, that individual is tend to make mistake because that why is not clear. That why is not clear. So if any problem is coming in front of you, your mind should also ask why this problem is coming to me, why this situation has arisen, why this thing has come in front of me. See, until unless you dig out the why, you apply any formula, maybe by click, by chance, it will work, but not necessary that you will get the right result. But if you will spend some time, a good quality time, not quantity time, a good quality time in identifying that why that thing has happened, you will require a very less time to how it can be changed. So spend time in learning why the things are happening in this life. All right. Moving to the next point, very important point. If you see that the thing which is invisible, that is the mindset, maybe right now. Okay, let me share a joke over here, or maybe some humorous way. I'll share an example. Right now, I really don't know what kind of a thoughts are going inside your head, all of you. And maybe you are not aware what kind of a thoughts are there in my head right now. But how we can judge each other, or maybe how we can perceive each other, is just because of some behavior and action what we show to each other. So that mindset is always invisible, but through our actions we somehow get to know, we somehow, please listen to this phrase very clearly, carefully, that somehow with the visible action and visible behavior, it gives a passage, it gives a pathway to us to understand that what is invisibly not available to us, what we are not able to see, that will give a path to understand that mindset because of the action and behaviors. But I know the ironical situation. Ironical situation is that we all are so busy in our lives. We are so busy in our lives that We keep on just working hard on mending the action and behavior. We keep on working hard. We waste so much of energy and so much of time in correcting other people action and behavior, but we overlook the mindset of that person. So if we really want to make that person effective, or maybe we want to change the environment, because again, one more ironical situation, my friends, in that environment we are also breathing every day. We are breathing the toxic thoughts every day. We are getting those toxic energy every day. We are carrying those toxic thoughts to different places wherever we are going. So my friends, people say corona is dangerous. I have a different, you can say, a version of this. A wrong mindset is more dangerous than this corona, because still we can fight this corona by taking some precaution. We can't fight the wrong mindset until unless we mend it, until unless we take a ownership of it, until unless we accept it and try to repair it. So a difficult mindset, a wrong mindset, is to be scared of, in terms of that is polluting the life of his or her own life, that is also polluting the environment, and that is also polluting other people. So this person should not be thrown away, my friends. You might be thinking that I would be saying that, okay, get rid of this person. No, that's where the humanity comes. And the humanity is, we should not be getting rid away, because there are millions of people like this. From how far you will go, and maybe then you have to stay on a permanent lockdown, my friends. If you will keep on getting rid away from these people, then you have to stay in a permanent lockdown situation. So what is the best formula? The best formula is, start helping these people, start understanding these people. You can't change their past, but you can work with them on the present to make a better future. And that's what I intend to tell all the human beings over here, because every person has different beliefs and values. So let's collaboratively work on this particular thing, because leadership, communication, listening, teamwork, attitude, these are just the skills, and anybody can acquire those skills, my friends. Skill is such a thing that anybody can acquire. But this mindset, it's not a skill only, it is the root of a person's life. It is a root of person's life. So we don't get rid of our family members even if we know that person is negative. Then why we complain of all those other people who are there in our other environment, that is a professional environment. So let's start working on them. I'm not telling you to work on 100 people. I'm just telling you to work on one person. Start working on one person, because maybe that person will start working. Let's create a chain reaction. That's where it will start. And that's from where it will continue. And it has to continue, because there is no other option. Because if we have to make this environment healthy for us, and that environment is not a nature I'm talking about. I'm talking about not only nature, I'm talking about the peaceful mind, because the peaceful mind create wonders. Peaceful mind create magic. Peaceful mind create amazing results in any kind of profession or any kind of personal life. You talk about any legend, any legend. You pick any legend from any industry and just see what kind of a mindset that person is having. That person cannot have the closed mindset, cannot have, otherwise he would or she would not be having that kind of a position or a profile, or maybe the things they are contributing, they would not be doing that if they would have been having a closed mindset. So let's continue further in this. If I conclude what I have said in last 15-20 minutes, that mindset is everything, because it is a start of the action. It is the start of first step which leads to our action for whatever things we do in this life. So yes, one of the message I'm reading over here, we need to correct ourselves before correcting others. Always people try to overlook others' action instead of their own. I'm really glad to see this message. Well, to be honest, this was my last mantra which you have shared right now on the screen. In the last, before concluding my session today, I would have been saying that let's start from our own self. So thank you. Right now, I'm not able to see your name because in the chat message box, your name is coming as Oppo A5, which is the mobile name. So still, thank you so much for sharing this idea. This is my mantra for today's webinar, that let's start working on our own self, and let's create an example of our own self. Let's set an example of our own self, and that, because we can only create a ripple effect. So ripple effect has to start from us. That means somebody has to throw the stone. So that throwing the stone is, you have to have that power of throwing that stone and creating that ripple effect. So let's start from yourself. Okay. Now, coming back to the program objective again, as we were talking about the mindset. So why this mindset is relevant for adapting? So what kind of a mindset and why this mindset is relevant? So there are two types of mindset, my friends: growth mindset and the fixed mindset. Now, let me talk about the fixed mindset first. Fixed mindset is a closed mindset. That means I have a set belief, set values. I'm not ready to listen to anything. I'm not ready to accept anything. I'm not ready to get convinced with whatever you are saying. I know that I'm right and I'm going to follow my things. This kind of a personality are usually, I'm not saying always, please listen to my words very carefully. Usually this kind of a personality have a fixed mindset, so they always have same kind of results in the life because of fixed values and fixed beliefs, which can be good, which cannot be good. So that's why I'm saying usually, I'm not saying always. Let's talk about a growth mindset. Growth mindset is a mindset which is open mindset. That means this person is open to understand and listen to other point of view as well. This person is open to experiment. This person is open to try something new. This person is open to change. This person is open to adapt. Now, I think I don't need to define further this kind of a mindset, which is an open mindset. The word growth is already attached to it. That's why we say these kind of persons grow in life. So as leaders, I want to share this message all across to all of you, that if you hire any employee, if you hire any individual, so definitely it is important that in the interview, it is not that clear whether that person has fixed mindset or a growth mindset. But your good questions, you have to make certain questions like that by which you can identify that how that person is answering to your question, what kind of a facial expression that person is making, what kind of a verbal communication that person is giving to you. Is it a closed communication or an open communication? An open gesture from the facial expression or a closed gesture from the facial expression? So by these things you will get to know, because today it is a huge topic, my friends, and this is my favorite topic. Uh, to be very honest, I have a lot of things to share with you, but today I'm limiting myself in terms of, because today we are understanding why, that why it is important to have a growth mindset and an open mindset, and why not a fixed mindset. Uh, well, I have one question over here. Let me just read the question. We used to get angry with the people who talk roughly with us due to any reason. Without thinking the reason behind it, we used to distract and thinking about that incident. How to change this mindset? All right. Well, I will answer this question by the end of the webinar, but I'll give a brief answer right now. See, first we need to understand what kind of a mindset the person is having. Now, if you're talking about that, how to distract and how to stop thinking, first we need to analyze what kind of a mindset you have. If you have a fixed mindset, you can't avoid thinking, you can't be distracted because you have fixed mindset, you will be connected to those things continuously. So first we have to work on opening up the fixed mindset to the open mindset, and then we can work upon how to change. That's why I'm saying, my friends, it is first important that why it is happening. So my question to you, you have asked me a question, I am asking a question to you, what kind of a mindset you have. So that will help us to understand how we can overcome this situation. Okay, let me proceed further. As you have already answered this question earlier, the poll was given to you earlier. So many of you mentioned growth mindset. Few of you mentioned fixed mindset, and few of you mentioned, I don't know. Well, many of you have mentioned growth mindset. Okay, I have one more query. Can I please unmute myself to put my query, please, in the, okay, all right. Yes, you can unmute yourself after the end of this webinar. Those who want to unmute and talk directly, they can talk directly. Otherwise, you can write in the chat message box. I will read the question and I will answer also. But yes, I will keep the Q&A by the end of the webinar because most of your questions might be addressed during the webinar itself. All right. So let me proceed further. But yes, I will definitely give you an opportunity to talk and raise your query. All right. So we were talking about that many of you have growth mindset. My friends, it is so good to know that many of you have mentioned that you have a growth mindset. But yes, there are many times when we get some fog during our way when we are going towards some destination. We get some hurdles, we get some obstacles, we get some blockages. And sometimes when that situation is there for a longer time, even a growth mindset person sometimes fail to continue in a growth mindset state. So for those, I want to tell you that spend time. I'm giving you a formula here. Again, I'm saying that time is very less today, but still, I'm glad that Ms. Gomes has given me this opportunity. But this topic is so huge, but I will still try to answer all your questions. The mantra of continuing a growth mindset is spend some time with yourself. Feed something good every day in your mind on a daily basis so that your mind process those things. I'll give you a very quick and a very short example over here. The way, for example, you are eating pizza, burger, French fries, or any junk food you name right now, you are having a Coke or maybe Pepsi. My friends, your digestive organs will digest what? What your digestive organs will digest? Answer over here. If you're eating junk food, what your digestive organs will digest? Please write your answers in the chat message box. Okay. Sugar. Okay. Any other answer? What your digestive organs? Carbohydrates. Okay. Okay. The simple answer is it will digest only junk food. Yes, it will digest only junk food. So my friends, let me take one more example. You are eating burger and French fries with a Pepsi, but on the table in front of you, there are fruits and salad that is kept over there. So will your digestive organs digest that? Will your digestive organs digest the fruit and vegetables which are lying on the table? All right. This is very easy to answer, my friends. I know. I know. You are typing so quickly. I know this is very easy to answer. But the tricky question is, you know about your digestive system so well. Let me applaud you for that. You know your digestive system so well that whatever you will eat, your digestive organs will digest that. But then what about your mind, my friends? Whatever you will put in your mind will process that only. Yes or no? Whatever you will put in your mind will process that only. So if you daily listen to the crap, if you daily listen to the negativity, if you daily listen to the negative thoughts, if you daily sit in that environment wherein the frustration is always there, the anger is there, the sorrowness is there, the grief is there, the pain is there, that is going in your mind and you are not able to see that because you are able to see the food. Your eyes are not able to see what is going in your mind, and you let that thing go in your mind on daily basis. You don't drain those toxic things. You don't detoxify. You detoxify your body, but you don't detoxify your mind. So you have to invest some time, my friends, putting those good thoughts, good energy, good vibration in your mind on a daily basis to create that open mindset for you. So those who have marked right now growth mindset, my heartiest congratulations and wishes to you for this. But at the same time, you should also know the mantra of continuing with that kind of a mindset. So those who have marked the closed mindset or a fixed mindset or don't know, for those also the mantra is same, but then you have to do it more frequently. The frequency should be higher and the intensity of these things should be very high. All right, moving to the next screen. Now here if you will see, now there are always problems or situations or difficult things always around us, always around us. The person with a growth mindset sitting, for example, if you see over here, a person is sitting on a problem. The growth mindset person will not keep on sitting on this particular problem. The growth mindset person, that means the open mindset person, will immediately flip or maybe move to the idea attached to the problem to solve it, because a growth mindset is a solution focused mindset, and a fixed mindset is a problem focused mindset. So the people who continue to crib along throughout about their problems, about the pain, about the grief, continue to crib that, okay, this thing did not happen in my life, my luck is so bad, why I don't get enough salary, why I'm not getting promoted, why, and cribbing all the time and getting frustrated all the time. Please understand, if you know why, you will be able to get a solution. Yeah, why you are getting that things again and again in your life? Because solutions are always attached with the problems, my friends, but we are not able to see if we have a fixed mindset, and that is scientific. Today I can't talk about millions of things. We have to respect the time, and also we have to respect the content of what we are talking today. But yes, we will be coming up with such exciting courses and such exciting formulas in upcoming sessions, so which soon will be shared with all of you. So let me continue with this further. Now this screen, this image I have shown you earlier also, let me explain that how this works over here. Now we were talking about the mindset. Now if you have a fixed mindset, now see this screen very carefully. If you have a fixed mindset, you will have a certain similar pattern of behavior every time to most of the situation, and accordingly you will get same fixed results most of the time, most of the time. But if you have an open mindset, obviously your behaviors will keep on changing because you have an open mindset. You are flexible. You are adaptive. You can adapt yourself to any kind of situation. So obviously your behavior will change. And that change in your behavior will give you new, different, exciting, positive results every time. So this is the simple philosophy I want to share with all of you to talk about the mindset, because today we are talking why mindset is relevant. So this is the basic of why mindset is relevant. Now, mindset, this shows that mindset is directly proportional to result. So we always blame the situation. Maybe we mostly blame the situation, or we blame the people in our life. But my friends, it is our mindset which is creating that result, not the situation and not the other person in our life. This we have to understand, because there are always two ways. The old way may be the way you are right now, and there is always one more way available, which is a new way to explore things in life, to try. See, maybe many of you doesn't know how to cook a pizza, how to bake a cake, but when you will try it, you will get to know it. So it is very important that you should try, explore, learn new skills to make yourself better, because it is your life. You have to stay connected, stay happy, stay healthy. And when you are healthy, when you are safe, when you are happy, your contribution, your performance, your success will be higher. You will be able to create an impact in the environment in where you are living. You will be able to create an impact in the people's life, and you can be an inspiring person. But for that, you have to change your way. The change, you have to create that mindset of yours, because if you change nothing, it is you have to take a decision. If you change nothing, nothing will change in life. My friends, lots of webinars are happening because of corona, because we are not able to do offline sessions. So lots of webinars are happening across the globe. Apart from that, there is a lot of knowledge available which are lying in the books in different bookstores. There is a lot of knowledge available in the Google, and there is a lot of knowledge available in the YouTube as well. But is this knowledge changing people's life? No. What is changing people's life? And what can change people's life? If knowledge is available, then what can change people's life? Because knowledge alone is not changing people's life. One is mindset, but okay, what mindset? Yes, very good. One is mindset, very good. Second is application, practice, very good. It is the right answer, because until and unless you apply that knowledge in your life, the result will not come. Because there are a lot of legends, there are a lot of writers, authors who have written millions of books, and bookstores are carrying those books with them. But those books are not changing anybody's life until and unless if anybody is reading that book and applying those formulas in their life. So it is very important. Yes, one is mindset, and second, application of the learning, whatever you are doing in your life. So it implies that new mindset will always create new, different, positive result. It is practically possible, it is scientifically possible, it is theoretically possible. In every manner it is possible, because a new mindset, an open mindset will always create new results for you. So let's quickly understand one more thing, that if we have talked about the mindset, where we have to work? We have to work in the roots. What is those roots? We have to work in the mindset itself. We have to work on repair and mend the mindset, so that we can get the desired result, and those results are behavior and action. Yes, very right. If we will work on the roots, that is the mindset, we will get desired results, and those results are right behavior, good behavior, respectful behavior, and good and right actions, whatever you are making. So if we rework on that continuously, we will be moving towards a positive, open mindset. So those who are having a closed mindset, you can start working on the roots, that is your beliefs and values, putting new things in your mind every day, learn something new, maybe for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, invest some time of yours so that you can create a right mindset for yourself. So let's quickly talk about the resilience, that how it, why it plays a role in crisis and how it plays a role in crisis. So what is resilience, my friends? You can write in the chat message box, what is resilience? I'm waiting for the answers. You have 20 seconds with you. What do you mean by resilience? Okay, bounce back, getting back. All right. Rise up and bounce back. Very good. Very good. Stability and bounce back. Very good. So resilience, I think, I don't need to define this image itself, will talk about everything. If you see the roots, you have to be strong enough that any kind of situation, any kind of threatening thing or any kind of crisis in life, it is a part of life, anything can come up. See, tsunami, earthquake, all those things, we can't control such things. But our resilience is such a capacity of ours which does not take us off from the ground. It brings that stability. It fixes us in the ground in terms of that our strong beliefs, our strong thoughts, our positive mind, that helps us to overcome any kind of difficult situation in this life. So resilience is very, very important because there are many things which we can't control in this life, but every time we have to come back. Now coming back with a positive mindset, coming back not with a cribbing mindset, coming back again with a growth mindset, coming back again with an open mindset, not with the pain, not with the fear, not with the trauma in the mind, because that mind will block our thoughts and that mind will stop us to stand for a longer time. So every time when you are bouncing back, so in the definition, what you have to redefine yourself, bouncing back with a positive mindset, bouncing back with a growth mindset, and that is called resilience. So resilience comes from endurance, that your capacity to hold, to handle that kind of a situation. What is your capacity? Do you get do you break immediately, or do you feel low immediately? So what is your capacity? You have to increase your capacity, and that increase in the capacity will come only by putting good things in your mind. Because mind, scientifically, my friends, because all of you work in healthcare, so basic science should be clear to all of you. Mind is the controller of every action, every emotion, every behavior of ours. So mind has the capacity to expand, but we need to expand that capacity. Mind has an ultimate capacity to expand, to transform, to change, to adapt. We need to formulate a plan, a strategy to build up this endurance so that we are always resilient. So it's very important what I said, that you need to declutter your mind and free up some space. That means detoxification of mind, that is thoughts, are equally important the way you detoxify your body. Okay. Because if you have clear mind, you will have better lives. Why better lives? You have most of the time, you will have a lot of solutions to any kind of problem. So if you have a solution, automatically you will be coming out of the problem. Whatever problem you are facing, you will be able to help yourself and you will be able to help others. So you will be able to create the better lives. Now, the last part of today's webinar is the agility. So what impact agility creates in handling difficult people? But before that, again, my question is, what is agility? So again, your timer starts, 20 seconds. Write your answer. What is agility? What is agile development? 20 seconds you have to answer. Okay, adaptability. Okay, adaptability to understand and move quickly. Very good. Willingness to change, move quickly. Very good. Creative. All right, great answers. Thank you, all of you. You have been a wonderful participant today. You are participating very beautifully today. All right, great. Ability to understand and think, change of mind. Okay, understanding. Okay. So again, with the image, I'll try to explain the definition, what you have said. It is the speed by which you can change yourself, you can learn new things, you can adapt into a different environment, or maybe a zone which is not comfortable to you, but still you are able to adapt to it and adjust yourself. So please understand, change, adapt, and adjust. You have to be very quick in that. So, this quickness, my friends, what is the base of the quickness? Can anybody tell me? Let me see who will give me quickly the right answer. How, what brings this agility in a human? What creates this agility? I'm looking for the answer. What creates the agility? Very right. Miss Shiny, very right. Very right. Open mindset. Again, we are back to mindset, my friends. Even resilience is attached to mindset. Agility is attached to mindset. So those people, positive mind, willingness, yes, very good. Open mind. So all those answers are correct, my friends. Mindset is the base of either becoming resilient or having the attributes of agility. So agility does not come like that. So if you're looking for the agility in your employees, you have to ensure whether they have a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. Because if you're just looking in agility in the people around you, you will not get that just like that. Because it comes from that mindset, not your mindset. You are seeking agility. You might be having a growth mindset, but with whom you are seeking that agility, maybe that person does not have that mindset. So there is a mismatch. So if there is a mismatch, the result is not going to be the same. So undoubtedly, my friends, I'm going to conclude my today's webinar. So undoubtedly, the human mind is very complex. But if we understand its functioning, we will be able to utilize its power. So maybe in future upcoming workshops, if I will definitely get an opportunity to come over here, I will definitely share a lot of formulas, lot of techniques that how we can utilize our own mind power, which is practically possible, my friends. There is a huge transformation in me. There are 1-2 leaders over here, those who knows me personally, they can definitely vouch for me in terms of, because they have seen me the kind of personality I had earlier. So to be very precise, and before ending up my webinar, I would just like to share 25 years back, I was a very shy person, very emotional person, very sensitive person. I will not say I had a fixed mindset, but at the same time, I will be not able to say that I had a growth mindset. I was somewhere in between. I really mended upon myself. I really repaired my thoughts. I really worked hard on myself. I understood the science behind the mind. And first, I worked upon myself before adding values to other people's life. So it is very important that you can create the magic if you know how to do that magic on yourself. You should be able to experiment those things beautifully. Then you can change and transform other people's life. So in the end, my friends, are you ready to change your mindset and want to understand the power of mind? Are you ready for that? Are you ready to explore what mind has for you and what all things you can do in life. All right. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. So, in the end, I would just like to say it's not how good you are, it's how good you want to be. So, that matters the most. And with that note, thank you, everyone. I hope that you had a lot of takeaways from today's webinar. So, with that, I definitely would look forward for your feedback. So a lot of thank yous and a lot of wishes are over here on the screen itself. So in the end, I would just like to thank you everyone from the core of my heart to listen to me patiently and letting me share things with all of you. Now I am open to for Q&A. Those who have any queries, I am open for that. So I'm stopping to share my screen right now. And over to you, Miss Gomes, and I would look forward for any question if anyone has. Thank you so much for nice feedback, your suggestions and your feedbacks, and I'm really overwhelmed to see all of this, and look forward to share another journey of transformation with you in the short while, in the next opportunity. Thank you. So, Miss Gomes, over to you.
Thank you so much, Shalini. I think it was a mind-opening session for the mindset. I think it was very, very introspective, and I think you kind of guided everyone to go inside and look at ourselves. I think that's where the mindset starts. I think the participants were hugely interactive, and they were getting the points, and they were even before you started giving them the answers. So I just have one thing to ask you, Shalini, is that can you give one, maybe just one tip to the people who have taken time to come here and they're staying even beyond 8:30, and I know that Mommy, we have agreed that we will give her a chance to ask the question in video.
Yes,
So we are
yes.
going to come back to you, Mommy, very quickly. Before I forget, I'm asking Shalini, just give one practice that you think can either improve your resilience or improve your agility. I think they kind of guessed it, but still, you are a you're an expert. You counsel a lot of people around this. So can you just give maybe one
I
tip?
will, first of all, honestly speaking, I was waiting for this particular question. And I think you had a telepathy with all the audience over here. And on behalf of all the participants, you are asking this question. Well, instead of one, I'll give two formulas. Maybe those formulas, all of the participants, they will be surprised. All the leaders, they will be surprised to know the formula, because formula looks very simple, but then, my friends, I will prove it to you that simple things are mostly complicated in life. Simple things we don't understand in life, and complicated technical things, H2O formula, chemical formula in chemistry, or maybe how to do a surgery, how to save a patient, how to do BLS. All these things we know, all the technical things we know, but simple things, it seems complicated. So, okay, let me give you the first mantra, a very powerful mantra. Uh, is the breathing. Now, subconsciously, automatically, everyone does breathing. All right. Now, I will share the miracle of it. But yes, in the upcoming session, because right now, my friends, we have spoken about why only, that why it is important. But in today's session, we did not spoke much about how we have to create it, because how is also a very long process. We need to work upon the result. Now, if I talk about breathing, breathing subconsciously every human being does, because if breathing stops, we are not alive. But I'm talking about not the subconscious breathing, I'm talking about conscious breathing. So sit for few minutes, deep inhale and deep exhale. And right now, I'm not giving you any formula of breathing, because it is a start of breathing. Because in breathing, I conduct lot of breathing sessions, different combination of mathematical combination of breathing give different kind of result. But to have a good experience on those results, you have to start with the habit of breathing, because you need to create a habit of doing it. So just fix 1 minute in a day, in the morning time and before sleeping in the night. Fix 1 minute only. Just spend 1 minute breathing, deep inhale and deep exhale. This is a beautiful and a miraculous mantra, but this is only level one of breathing. If you get a habit of this, then I will take you to level two and further levels, which will start transforming things in your life, because breathing regulates our thoughts. I'll tell you how before ending up today's webinar. Just take an example. If you go for a horror movie, what kind of a breathing you have? Does your breathing fluctuates? Sometimes you have a shallow breathing, sometimes your breathing stops in between when you are fearful, or when, for example, takes one more example, you have gone for a head massage. What kind of a breathing you have at that point of time? So that means, as per the situation, as per the environment, the kinds of thoughts which are there in our mind, that regulates our breathing. This is one science. The another science which is attached to the same science. It says that if your thoughts regulates your breathing, if you regulate your breathing, it will regulate your thoughts. So this is a miraculous scientific way of detoxifying your negative thoughts. You start with the basic breathing, do it for at least 15-20 days, and you will start feeling some kind of a change within you, because you are not even doing any specific pattern of breathing right now. So the second is, if anybody is able or open to do meditation, with the guided meditation I'm talking about, put a earphone, take a guided meditation with some music, guided meditational music. Sit for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, maybe for 30 seconds. Those who are not comfortable, start with 30 seconds and see the change. That's what I'm talking about. I did lot of mending, repair work on myself. I did all these things, and this is the very basic thing I'm telling you right now. There are many more things, many formulas which can transform you. But yes, you can't work on 100 things in one day. You have to start working with one or two basic things, get adaptive to that, get adjusted to that, so that I can feed you with more energy, feed you with more solution, feed you with more techniques. Don't worry, I will not be I am full of lot of techniques. You keep on asking, I will keep on feeding you with all those techniques. But then you should be ready for that. But ready means you should be able to prove it to me or justify it to me that you have worked on the basic two techniques, because you are answerable to me in terms of if you are asking for more. So I need to understand how much level you have to take more from me. All right. So start working on it. And I bless you all with a miraculous transformational journey of this. Start working with this. And I'm always there if you need me. You can definitely talk to Ms. Gomes, and I will definitely be in touch with all of you. And if any other query, Ms. Gomes, we can take one more query.
Yeah, hi, mommy. You had requested much earlier that you wanted to ask something on the video, so please go ahead.
Yes, yes. Good evening, ma'am. Good evening.
Very good
Good evening
evening.
to everyone, actually. And I think right now I'm sitting inside my car, and this webinar, I feel this was meant for me only, me only, as I'm really going through a period of crisis. And then the timing also has coincided with this webinar. I'm sitting inside my car outside the COVID building of my hospital. I'm working as a nursing superintendent. And as you have said, madam, we need to have a positive mindset. Yes, I'm very positive. I am always open to things. I'm always eager to learn new things. And I'm always there for my youngers to help them in any situation within my limitations. And at times, of course, I go out of my way also. Ma'am, there was one slide in your presentation where one person was sitting on the problem board, and
Yes.
he had ideas all over.
Yeah.
My situation is something like that now. that we have almost 200 COVID positive patients now, and we are going to start another. We have one ICU here, and we are going to start another ICU in different part of our hospital, because that patient load is increasing. Ma'am, what you said, that we need to understand our own mindset. Very well, madam. That is, of course, we all agree to that.
Yes.
Now, ma'am, when you are being, when you are being, you are being, what to say? I'm not getting the proper word. When you are being thrown with all the negativities all the time, I mean, there is always a threshold, right, ma'am?
Yes,
So,
yes.
you know what is happening? I ideas that were surrounding that person, those ideas are always there in front of me. But those people with whom I'm working, I'm not saying for all, but some of them, they are not at all open to taking all those things into their practice. I mean, just one small example. Everyone is working little extra. I will not say little extra, it will be demeaning. They are working much more than they can work in one shift towards the welfare of the COVID patients. But then there are certain people who are never satisfied, and they keep on complaining to me, your nurses are not giving injections, our doctors are only giving injections and all those. And my nurses keep on complaining that, we are always busy with the injections. These doctors, they stay only for half an hour or so, and then they come down and we are overbooked. Now my problem is, as a nurse, it is not that as a nurse I will go with what my nurses are saying. Of course, I have to see both the sides of the coin. Right now, we had a visit from a government official to our hospital, and we had some sort of discussions. And then soon after the discussion, one of the professor, he called me aside and he said that we are having this complaints that your nurses are not staying inside the hospital. Whereas I know it very well. They are there for 3 to 4 hours at a go with that PPE in, and some of them, they are collapsing also. And I'm always there with them with whatever way I can motivate them. But this type of negativity, all the time complaining and complaining and complaining, this is like, it is taking a toll on my both mental health and physical health. And right now I'm standing in front of the COVID hospital, and I was listening to you with all my ears open, all my mind open, with all my concentration. And I was trying to put myself in each and every situation. Now, what I want from you is that, ma'am, please tell me how to handle how to handle this negativity that is coming from other quarters to me regarding
Okay.
this taking care of the patients. I'm sorry, my query has been quite a long one.
No, that's
I'm
perfectly
so
all
sorry.
right. I'm there for each and every query over here. This is my job to answer all the queries which are popping up in any person's mind. First of all, that the kind of negativity you are sharing. See, I will share an example. You must have seen the soldiers who are there standing on the border. Now,
Yes.
those soldiers put an armor over there on their body to
Mm,
get to save themselves from any kind of hit. All right.
mm,
So
mm,
what that armor solves a purpose. That armor solves the purpose of
mm,
saving that person's life. So that armor you need to put on yourself, not a physical armor. That armor I'm talking about, the mind armor, which is invisible armor. And
mm,
that mind armor means you have to every day. See, just take an example of your sink in the kitchen where you wash your utensils and everything. So when
mm,
it gets dirty, when the pipe which drains the water, if that blocks over there, you
mm,
put a suction machine and you clear that passage. Yes or no? Or do you
yes.
continue? Do you continue with that blocked pipe? You
No,
don't
ma'am.
continue. So
No.
every day when you clean, you drain it and you make sure that the negative or the toxic things get drained. In the
Mm,
similar way, because you are working daily, you are going in that negativity on a daily basis, you have to
exactly.
drain on a daily basis of your negativity. That's
Yeah.
why I gave this example of spending 1 minute, at least 1 minute
Mm,
daily, that will help you to take off that negativity, because there are few things, Miss Momi, you will not be able to control in life. There are few that are situational things. What you can control your reaction, you can control your own life, you can control your behavior, you can control your thoughts. And for that, you need to have a peaceful mind. For that peaceful mind, you have to work on creating a better mindset. But yes, as you said that there is a lot of negativity, that's why I said, maybe if you have heard my entire session, in one of the between the session, I used the word humanity, wherein I
Exactly.
said, first
Mm,
we will start working on ourselves. Let's
mm,
work on ourselves. See,
mm,
I did not start this work. See, I have been working for last 25 years. Why I started
mm,
working on other people? Just 6 years back, 7 years back, I started working for the masses, because
mm,
first I repaired myself. I first worked on
mm,
myself. So now I am
mm,
starting to create a chain reaction. Now, first, when you will work on yourself, you can work on your teammates, you can work on your colleagues, you can work on different people. But
mm,
first, you have to stay off that negativity wherein you are spending most of the time in your day.
yes.
So practice this ritual on a daily basis. Once your body, your mind is adaptive in a peaceful manner, in a happy manner, then you can start resolving the problem. With the full mind, with the full blocked mind, even
Mm,
if you want to resolve a problem, you will not be able to resolve a problem, because your mind does not have a space to create a solution.
yes, ma'am.
So to
Yes.
create that solution, you have to drain that toxic thing every day. The way
Mm,
you drain the toxic things in your home,
yes,
that
ma'am.
sink, that wash basin. So this is a simple formula. That's why I take simple examples, so that
Mm,
it becomes relevant to the person. So we will definitely, in the upcoming sessions that Miss Gomes is going to share with all of you, in the
mm,
upcoming sessions, we are going to talk on how to do these things. Today I shared only two formulas. So to all the participants and all the leaders, and to you, Miss Momi, start
mm,
working on this particular technique, the
mm,
meditation and the breathing technique. I am guaranteeing you, see, I'm there. You can anytime bang upon me, you can fight with me, you can discuss with me. I am not going to run away. Why
mm,
I'm saying with lot of conviction?
mm,
Because it will give positive results. I know that. I have experimented in number of people. I have worked with international
mm,
athletes as well. Now see the level of pressure the international players have. So
exactly.
they
Mm,
they have only one chance to either get out or to
mm,
make a victory. So
yes,
that
ma'am.
kind of a mental pressure they work with. So it is
Mm,
very important, and that is where I'm talking about the working of the subconscious mind. And for that, we will be coming up with new workshops wherein we will talk about these formulas and techniques. But
mm,
for now, you can work on the simple techniques which I have shared with you.
mm.
But I
Thank
will
you.
definitely address the rest of the query once you
Mm,
start sharing me with me your experiences, what you are experiencing with this particular technique. All right.
mm, mm.
So over to you, Miss Gomes, again.
Yeah, thanks, Shalini. That was really great. Lot of positive feedback from the participants. So I just want to inform all of you that Shalini is going to be one of our training partner, and she will come up with such interactive workshops. And if any one of you want to do that along with your team, do let us know, then we can arrange for that workshop for you. That will be like video led workshops. And I was talking to Shalini, and that's what she said, that one session is not enough to bring in any change, because the workshop will allow you to do things with her, like doing the breathing workshop. So whatever that need to be done to bring back the change in your life, because I totally vote with Shalini that mindset is with us, not with anybody else. And I have been going through this at various junctions of my life, and I know every time my resilience came from me. Maybe others were able to support in some manner, but finally it was me who decided that I have the strength to come back, bounce back, and do this thing also. So there is a lot of practice involved, and sometimes you need guidance to pursue that. And thanks, Shalini, for that guided meditation, because I do that now for many years. And since lockdown, I have gotten into a very regular practice. I think that is very, very soothing. And it is really, helping to settle down the mind first thing in the morning. It gives, peace. And I think fantastic session, Shani. Like someone, Ma'am Abanti was telling that you explained the complex concept in very simple terminologies, and thank you so much. And thank you very much to all the participants who have been here. And I must congratulate all of you for being such a disciplined participants. Just a few here and there by mistake, they have unmuted, but otherwise, I have been to other webinars, where everybody is on video, everybody's sound is coming. It becomes, very difficult to control. I think that is kudos to nurses. They all are nurses here, and
Definitely.
they are very, very disciplined. And I think this was something needed for them. And they all are going through such tough time, and they are doing their own to win this battle in their own way. And Signia Healthcare is just trying to help them to make them more resilient and more agile. That's very important during these tough times, to see us through. And if leaders become weak, then their team also will buckle down. It's like the commander is weak and the entire battalion goes, weak. And they all are here because they are strong people and they want to make a change to their team. And I just told them that if they want, personal workshops for them and their own team, they can contact me and we will arrange, Shalini, to be with you. That's not a problem. Yeah. Thank you once again, Shalini. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much,
The
ma'am.
video
Thank you.
recording will be available on our YouTube channel. So those who want, you can ask us or you can find us on the YouTube. Just give us 2 days, once we create the YouTube and put it up. I think on the Facebook, some of it, most of it will be available immediately. That should not be a problem. So thank you everyone, and thank you so much, and good night and Shabak Khair. Stay safe and look after yourself. And Shalini, thank you so much, and God
Thank
bless you
you.
for being here.
Thank you. Thank you
Take
from the
care
core of
and
my heart.
spread your strength to more and more people. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, ma'am.
Good
Thank
night,
you. Good
everyone.
night.
Bye. Bye.